What's up, everybody? Back in the garage. I made a video yesterday and it looks like it all got deleted, so we're just going to do an accelerated version of what I showed you guys yesterday and you didn't get to see. So anyway, if you look at the car, there's very little extension. Now I swapped the coilovers compared to the stock struts, and it's kind of killing me in the drag racing as far as keeping the weight planted towards the rear. Anyway, it is what it is because it's a dual purpose car and it'll be the backup, not really the primary drag race car. It's kind of my fun cruiser again. So we look over here. These are the coilovers. They're Petters, double adjustable, super car coilovers. Pretty nice. You know, I thought it would be a better dual purpose deal, being that you can adjust the rebound separate of the compression, maybe get some more extension, but they're just too short. If you really want to do this on a GTO for drag racing, I would switch to the Mustang coilover from a Fox body. It's any option you want as far as getting a cheap strut in there or a cheap coilover in there. That'll work great for drag racing, but you lose your sway bar unless you do some creative bracketry. So another thing in the last video that didn't make it was fought with this mount for a long time. I thought it was just stupid engineering and that I had to use pliers to hold this in place while I was mounting the sway bar back to the end link, because I disconnect my end links when I drag race. Figure every little bit helps. But I just realized while trying to set up to see for the camera that on the back side here there's actually a slot for an Allen. So you know, you learn something every time. I've probably taken this thing off 6 times and maybe more and haven't noticed that. I just fought with it and complained about white line. Well, I guess I'm the dumbass. Anyway, live and learn. Okay, now we're over here on the driver's side. Zip tie. You can see how I zip tie the link off of the sway bar. These are Hotchkiss triple adjustable sway bars. They're lighter than stock, which is always a good thing. Coilovers are lighter than stock. Factory curb weight for a GTO with a manual transmission is 3750. I think my race weight is 3620 right now, so it's pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to set this thing on full stiff. I've had good luck running full stiff front and rear autocrossing. It seems to help the rear end rotate actually a couple times a little quicker than I was prepared for. You know, cold tires, not really thinking. Anyway, I'm going to throw this baby back together and we're going to drive it to the beach, and then I'm going to pull it back off a week later and hopefully do West Coast Grudge up there in Seattle. So some people might be thinking that's a lot of work for a sway bar, but you know, I don't know, I'm driving to the beach. I want to have a front sway bar. This is the rubber that I've been using for my autocross days, but I'm going to go ahead and drive it to the beach on these. You know, I only do a couple autocrosses a year, so I don't really care. I'll burn some rubber off them. So 255 35 19 is the size, which may not sound that big, but if you're familiar with GTOs, they can't fit a lot of tire up front. So in order to fit these 255s, these actually run wide. They're Federal RSRRs, so they're probably more like a 265. And yes, when I autocross, they do rub a little bit. And I pulled in the camber as much as I could until I had some rubbing issues. So I'd pull it back a little bit, and it still clears the fender. But if you look in, sometimes it'll rub the front a little bit when you're really loaded up in the corner. And if you hit some bumps, of course it'll hit that. I never hear noise unless I'm out on autocross and I can hear it rub and stuff when I'm diving in the corner. So anyway, that's that for that. Fit the biggest stuff you can. People say stuff doesn't fit, but fit's good enough for me. Alright, almost ready to clean this thing up, put the trunk carpet back in, and roll.